Good morning. Today I have a helper with me. Today's Bible reading comes from the Wisdom bin Sira, and we are reading chapters 6 through 10. He didn't like being filmed. All right, let's open up with a prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, as we come to you today, we are asking, Lord, for your wisdom. For your wisdom to get us through the day and to make the right decisions, to be aware of your presence in our lives and how we can share that with others. So today we are asking for you to give us the boldness to be able to share our faith with others, whether it's even just a small mustard seed, by asking how we can pray for someone for their day. We ask all of this in the name of your Son, Jesus Christ. Amen. Oh. Chapter 6. Do not be a foe instead of a friend. A bad name, disgrace, and dishonor you will inherit. Thus the wicked, the double-tongued. Unruly passions. Do not fall into the grip of your passion, lest like fire consume your strength. It will eat your leaves and destroy your fruits, and you will be left like a dried tree. For fierce passion destroys its owner, and makes him the sport of his enemies. True friendship. Pleasant speech multiplies friends, and gracious lips friendly greetings. Let those who are friendly to you be many, but 1 in 1,000 your confidant. When you gain friends, gain them through testing, and do not be quick to trust them. For there are friends when it suits them, but they will not be around in time of trouble. Another is a friend who turns into an enemy and tells of the quarrel to your disgrace. Others are friends, table companions, but they cannot be found in time of affliction. When things go well, they are your other self, and lord it over your servants. If disaster comes upon you, they turn against you and hide themselves. Stay away from your enemies and be on guard with your friends. Faithful friends are a sturdy shelter. Whoever finds one finds a treasure. Faithful friends are beyond price. No amount can balance their worth. Faithful friends are life-saving medicine. Those who fear God will find them. Those who fear the Lord enjoy stable friendship, for as they are, so will their neighbors be. Blessings of wisdom. My child, from your youth choose discipline, and when you have gray hair, you will find wisdom. As though plowing and sowing, draw close to her, then wait for her bountiful crops. For in cultivating her, you will work but little, and soon you will eat her fruit. She is rough ground to the full. The stupid cannot abide her. She will be like a burdensome stone to them, and they will not delay in casting her aside. For discipline is like her name, she is not accessible to many. Listen, my child, and take my advice. Do not refuse my counsel. Put your feet into her fetters and your neck under her yoke. Bend your shoulders and carry her, and do not be irked at her bonds. With all your soul draw close to her, and with all your strength keep her ways. Inquire, search, seek, and find. When you get hold of her, do not let her go. Thus at least you will find rest in her, and she will become your joy. Her fetters will be a place of strength, her snare a robe of spun gold. Her yoke will be a gold ornament, her bonds a purple cord. She will wear her as a robe of glory, and bear her as a splendid crown. If you wish, my son, you can be wise. If you apply yourself, you can be shrewd. If you are willing to listen, you can learn. If you pay attention, you can be instructed. Stand in the company of the elders. Stay close to whoever is wise. Be eager to hear every discourse. Let no insightful saying escape you. If you see the intelligent, seek them out. Let your feet wear away their doorsteps. Reflect on the law of the Most High, and let his commandments be your constant study. Then he will enlighten your mind and make you wise as you desire. Conduct toward God and neighbor. Do no evil, and evil will not overtake you. Avoid wickedness, and it will turn away from you. Do not sow in the furrows of injustice, lest you harvest it sevenfold. Do not seek from God authority, or from the king a place of honor. Do not parade your righteousness before the Lord, and before the king do not flaunt your wisdom. Do not seek to become a judge, if you do not have the strength to root out crime, lest you show fear in the presence of the prominent and mar your integrity. Do not be guilty of any evil before the city court, or disgrace yourself before the assembly. Do not plot to repeat a sin, even for one. You will not go unpunished. Do not say, he will appreciate my many gifts. The Most High God will accept my offerings. Do not be impatient in prayer and neglect almsgiving. Do not ridicule the embittered. Remember, there is one who exalts and humbles. Do not plot mischief against your relative or against your friend and companion. Refuse to tell lie after lie, for it never results in good. Do not babble in the assembly of the elders, or repeat the words of your prayer. Do not hate hard work. Work was assigned by God. Do not esteem yourself more than your compatriots. Remember, his wrath will not delay. More and more humble your pride. What awaits mortals is worms. Duties of family life, religion, and charity. Do not barter a friend for money, or a true brother for the gold of a fear. Do not reject a sensible wife. A gracious wife is more precious than pearls. Do not mistreat a servant who works faithfully, or laborers who devote themselves to their task. Love wise servants as yourself. Do not refuse them freedom. Do you have livestock? Look after them. If they are dependable, keep them. Do you have sons? Correct them and cure their stubbornness in their early youth. Do you have daughters? Keep them chaste, and do not be indulgent to them. Give your daughter in marriage, and a worry comes to an end, but give her to a sensible man. Do you have a wife? Do not mistreat her, but do not trust the wife you hate. With your whole heart honor your father, your mother's birth pangs. Do not forget. Remember, of these parents you were born. What can you give them for all they gave you? With all your soul fear God and revere his priests. With all your strength love your Maker and do not neglect his ministers. Honor God and respect the priest. Give him his portion as you have been commanded. First fruits and contributions, his portion of victims and holy offerings. To the poor also extend your hand that your blessing may be complete. Give your gift to all the living and do not withhold your kindness from the dead. Do not avoid those who weep, but mourn with those who mourn. Do not hesitate to visit the sick, because for such things you will be loved. In whatever you do, remember your last days, and you will never sin. Prudence in dealing with others. Do not contend with the mighty, lest you fall into their power. Do not quarrel with the rich, lest they pay out the price of your downfall. For gold has unsettled many, and wealth perverts the character of princes. Do not quarrel with loud mouths, or heap wood upon their fire. Do not associate with the senseless, lest your ancestors be insulted. Do not reproach one who turns away from sin, Remember, we are all guilty. Do not insult one who is old, for some of us will also grow old. Do not rejoice when someone dies. Remember, we are all to be gathered in. Do not neglect the discourse of the wise, but busy yourself with their proverbs, for in this way you will acquire the training to stand in the presence of princes. Do not reject the tradition of the elders, which they have heard from their ancestors, for from it you will learn how to answer when the need arises. Do not kindle the coals of sinners, lest you be burned in their flaming fire. Do not give ground before scoundrels. It will set them in ambush against you. Do not lend to one more powerful than yourself, or if you lend, count it as lost. Do not give collateral beyond your means. Consider any collateral a debt you must pay. Do not go to court against a judge, for the case will be settled in his favor. Do not travel with the ruthless, lest they weigh you down with calamity. For they will only go their own way, and through their folly you will also perish. Do not defy the quick-tempered or ride with them through the desert, for bloodshed is nothing to them. When there is no one to help, they will destroy you. Do not take counsel with simpletons, for they cannot keep confidence. Before a stranger, do nothing that should be kept secret, for you do not know what it will produce later on. Open your heart to no one. Do not banish your happiness. Advice concerning wisdom. Advice concerning women. Sorry about that. Do not be jealous of the wife of your bosom, lest you teach her to do evil against you. Do not give a woman power over you to trample on your dignity. Do not go near a strange woman, lest you fall into her snares. Do not dally with a singer, lest you be captivated by her charms. Do not entertain any thoughts about a virgin, lest you be enmeshed in damages for her. Do not give yourself to a prostitute, lest you lose your inheritance. Do not look around the streets of the city or wander through its squares. Avert your eyes from a shapely woman. Do not gaze upon beauty that is not yours. Through women's beauty many have been ruined, for love of it burns like fire. Never recline at table with a married woman, or drink intoxicants with her, lest your heart be drawn to her, and you will go down in blood to the grave. Choice of friends. Do not abandon old friends. New ones cannot equal them. A new friend is like new wine. When it is aged, you drink it with pleasure. Do not envy the wicked, for you do not know when their day will come. Do not delight in the pleasures of the ungodly. Remember, they will not die unpunished. Keep away from those who have power to kill, and you will not be filled with the dread of death. But if you come near them, do not offend them, lest they take away your life. Know that you are stepping among snares and walking over a net. As best as you can, answer your neighbor and associate with the wise. With the learned, exchange ideas, and let all your conversation be about the law of the Most High. Take the righteous for your table companions, and let your glory be in the fear of God. Concerning rulers. Work by skilled hands will earn praise, but the people's leader is proved wise by his words. Loud mouths are feared in their city, and whoever is reckless in speech is hated. A wise magistrate gives stability to his people, and government by the intelligent is well ordered. As the people's judge, so the officials. As the head of the city, so the inhabitants. A reckless king destroys his people, but a city grows through the intelligence of its princes. Sovereignty over the earth is at the hand of God, who appoints the right person for the right time. Sovereignty over everyone is in the hand of God, who imparts his majesty to the ruler. The sin of pride. No matter what the wrong, never harm your neighbor, or go the way of arrogance. Odious to the Lord and to mortals is pride, and for both oppression is a crime. Sorry. Sovereignty is transferred from one people to another. Because of the lawlessness of the proud, why are dust and ashes proud? Even during life the body decays. A slight illness, the doctor jests. A king tomorrow, a king today, tomorrow he is dead. When a people die, they inherit corruption and worms, gnats, and maggots. The beginning of pride is stubbornness, in withdrawing the heart from one's maker. For sin is a reservoir of insolence, a source which runs over the vice. Because of it, God sends unheard of afflictions and strikes people with utter ruin. God overtakes the thrones of the proud and enthrones the lowly in their place. The Lord lays waste the lands of the nations and destroys them to the very foundations of the earth. He removes them from the earth, destroying them, erasing their memory from the world. Insolence does not befit mortals, nor impudent anger those born of women. True glory. Whose offspring can be honorable? Human offspring. Those who fear the Lord are honorable offspring. Those who transgress the commandment are disgraceful offspring. Among relatives, their leader is honored, but whoever fears God is honored among God's people. Resident alien, stranger, foreigner, pauper, their glory is the fear of the Lord. It is not right to despise anyone, wise but poor, nor proper to honor the lawless. The prince, the ruler, the judge are in honor, but none is greater than the one who fears God. When the free serves a wise slave, the wise will not complain. Do not flaunt your wisdom in managing your affairs, or boast in your time of need. Better the worker who has goods in plenty than the boaster who has no food. My son, with humility have self-esteem, and give yourself the esteem you deserve. Who will acquit those who condemn themselves? Who will honor those who disgrace themselves? The poor are honored for their wisdom, the rich honored for their wealth. Honored in poverty, how much more so in wealth? Disgraced in wealth, in poverty, how much the more? And that is it for today's Bible reading. As always, get in touch with God today. Be a little kinder to yourself and to others. I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye.